Vendor fatally shot in Old Harbour identified. The police have confirmed the identity of a vendor who was shot in Old Harbour on Thursday morning. He is 45-year-old Orville Bloodstained Bromfield of Longville Park in Clarendon. The police said Bromfield was shot along South Street, Old Harbour, about 5:58 a.m. Reports are that citizens alerted police after hearing an explosion. On their arrival, his body was found lying beside a bus along the roadway with gunshot wounds to the upper body, the police noted. Bromfield was then transported to hospital where he was confirmed dead. Investigations are ongoing. Cabbie dies after being shot at taxi stand in Nugget, Portmore. The police in St. Catherine are probing the murder of a taxi operator who died at hospital after being shot in his vehicle at the Nugget Transportation Center on Wednesday. He has been identified as 44-year-old Winston Williams, otherwise called Turbo Man, of Hershey Park in Portmore. Reports are that about 4:50 p.m., Williams was loading his taxi when a bike drove up. The driver dismounted and entered Williams' car. He then exited the car, reportedly, pulled a firearm and shot Williams multiple times before fleeing the scene. Williams was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. So far, no motive has been established for the killing. The Portmore Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the matter. 3 men fatally shot as police foil murder plot in St. Anne. 3 men were shot and killed as the police allegedly foiled a murder plot during an operation along Back Street in St. Anne on Wednesday. One of the deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Dickie Bonnick of Runaway Bay, St. Anne. The identities of the other men are currently being ascertained. Reports are that about 8:50 p.m., the police, acting on information, intercepted a pro-box motor vehicle occupied by Bonnick and 3 other men. A gun battle reportedly ensued between the occupants of the vehicle and the lawmen. When the shooting subsided, Bonnick and 2 other men were seen with gunshot wounds, the police noted. They were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. The 4th man, who was said to be in the vehicle, reportedly escaped and is currently being sought by the police. Police noted that they seized an AK-47 assault rifle and a 9mm pistol during the incident. Dickie Bonnick was reportedly on condition of bail granted by the court in relation to the October 2020 murder of 38-year-old Patrick Spence. He was jointly charged with Everett Duncan for Spence's murder. Duncan, who confessed to the murder and also implicated Bonnick, was subsequently killed. Bonnick appeared in court on Friday, May 30, 2025 in relation to the murder of Duncan. However, the matter was postponed until January 8, 2026. The condition of his bail prohibited him from being in the parish of St. Anne, mandated him not to interfere with witnesses, and required him to report to the Maypen police station in Clarendon 3 times per week. The Independent Commission of Investigation is now probing the incident, and the matter was also reported to the Inspectorate of Professional Standard Oversight Bureau.
And it's reported that officers from the Counter-Terrorism and Organised Crime Group, CTOC, were engaged in a policing operation where they confronted and challenged a motor vehicle which was in that area in Salem. Reported that one of the men fired upon the police officers and the CTOC officers in turn fired back, and 3 men were shot and killed during that encounter. No police officers were injured during that incident. The police report recovering 1 AK-47 rifle from the car and 1 handgun from the car. Indicom attended the scene last night, but the long night, and they've only just concluded that matter, but the officers have provided the initial accounts. They'll be making statements and will be interviewed later, and a further full forensic review has to be followed up in relation to this matter to understand in more detail how the 3 men were killed.
KSAMC removes over 120 disabled abandoned vehicles from streets. Kingston Mayor Angie Swaby says 125 abandoned or disabled vehicles were removed from roadways in the corporate area last month. He made this statement at a meeting at the Municipal Corporation. He was giving an update on the corporation's Cleaner Kingston initiative. Mayor Swaby said that operations were carried out in various communities, including Irish Town, Garden Town, Maryland, Red Hills, and Belvedere Drive. He noted that the garbage piled up on a property close to Tarrant Primary and High School were also removed last month. Mayor Swaby said the property, was used by robbers who targeted students, staff, and parents who traversed the area.
We also removed derelict vehicles from the roadways in Corville Gardens in the Duane Park Division, Thompson Boulevard in the Mullines Garden Division, and Mona and College Green communities in the Mona Division. This represents a total of 125 abandoned or disabled vehicles removed from along the roadways. We are all aware of the hazard caused by having these derelict motor vehicles in these spaces and the benefits of having them removed. We prevented what could easily cause a public health emergency caused by illegal dumping and overgrown bushes on a private property near the schools. Representation was made by Councillor Wayne Strawn Nelson after multiple notices were served on the landowner who failed to take any action to remedy the situation. The results have been very positive. Parents, students, and both schools have expressed their gratitude. The principal of the primary school expressed that she believes that this cleanup will have a positive impact on registration for the upcoming school year. This cleanup helped to prevent a serious health hazard and stop rodent infestation. It also made the space safer for families and reduced the chance of illegal activities happening there.
Nita Garvey calls for modernization of Fire Service New Fire Training Academy. Opposition People's National Party (PNP) spokesperson on local government and participatory demography, Nita Garvey, has called for the urgent modernization of Jamaica's fire services, including the establishment of a national training academy for firefighters and emergency responders. Speaking during her sectoral debate contribution earlier this week, Nita Garvey highlighted that despite Jamaica having a fire service for over 150 years, the country still lacks a formal training facility for new recruits. This gap, she argued, has weakened Jamaica's capacity to respond effectively to today's evolving risk profile, including climate-related threats like wildfires. Nita Garvey said that a future PNP administration will begin work within its first year to identify a location and begin the development of a fire response training academy. Garvey said the facility will provide ongoing modular training with on-the-job certification and clear pathways for promotion and improved compensation. Our firefighters deserve modern training, international best practices, and proper tools to carry out their duties, not just in firefighting but in rescue operations, emergency response, and disaster investigation, she stated. In addition to training, she underscored the need for a comprehensive audit of fire hydrants across Jamaica and the development of a national hydrant maintenance program. Many communities, she said, remain dangerously underserved, even those with running water. The plan also includes upgrading existing fire stations, constructing new ones, including specialized response units, and ensuring all stations meet international safety standards. Food handlers permit validity to be extended in 2 years. Food handlers permits will have a 2-year validity period effective January 1, 2026. This forms part of the Environmental Health Unit's overhaul of National Food Handlers Training and Certification Program. Addressing Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House, Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton shared that more than 300,000 Jamaicans apply for or renew permits annually. People wait quite long, sometimes half the year, for a 12-month period. It's highly inefficient and is quite frustrating to entrepreneurs, many of whom are small business operators, the bar owner, the jerkstand man, he noted. Tufton noted that inefficiencies in the system also affect larger players in the food production and fast food industry. In addition to extending the permit term, bill payment and bank transfer options will be introduced next year. We will implement a bimodal modular training format to reduce the certification processing time from 3 weeks to 2 weeks and introduce new technology to facilitate faster and more efficient processing to eliminate delays and backlogs, Tufton noted. He added that application access points will be introduced to reduce wait time and improve service delivery. Tufton stated that the overhaul is expected to increase the cadre of professionalism training food handlers thereby reducing the risk of outbreaks linked to improper food handling. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.